Hi, my name is Gausmark2, submitting a run for Gravity Circuit New Game Plus in Circuit Mode. This will mean that we are going to be using our HP for energy. We'll have our full kit unlocked as well, as we will have every skill and that we've purchased from the game previous. So let's just kind of get right into this in 3, 2, 1, go. So if you saw the run at GDQ, the first thing you're going to notice is we are going to be moving much faster. We have access to our entire kit, like I said before, where we have the ability to slide full speed because we are using the Ultimate Blend armor. That is a combination of every ultimate paint that you could buy from the shop. And we're just going to keep going with this. Sliding, whenever possible, is the fastest way of travel. If it is a flat surface, we will be sliding. We also have a fast fall from, I believe, the Crashes paint job. We are also using Dodge Slider, which allows us to slide through enemies whenever we do using the dodge, whether that is the slide or the air dodge. First biggest difference here, aside from that, as far as the enemies we fight, is we are going to immediately be going to burn this boss real quick with some new skills. So before we did a little cheeky hits with going back and forth using our iframes, this time around we use Gravity Freeze to just demolish this enemy with 3 Gravity Freezes and a punch. Intro stage done. For the circuits themselves, we will be able to fight any of them in any order, but for familiarity's sake, I will probably be doing a very similar path, focusing mainly on the left bosses first, and then going into the ones on the right. Going right into our first stage at the Steelworks. We're mini stages in any percent live or die, as you have to get function overload first there. At least that was the old path. The game is constantly in flux, and people are changing all the time now with this. There's a lot of new development just as of this last week. So there's a new route that's going to be coming real soon to the any percent run. Reverie has been doing a fantastic job of developing that new path. So for now, we're just going to use sliding whenever we can, our fast drop, and just keep sliding. We are going to be using function overload still here and there. Our running speed is faster, but it does grant us the ability to destroy those blocks pretty instantaneously. We are going to take a little safety health here, just because I am going to try to do some cheeky things here still all the same. The little shifty pink ability did not work for me there, but the idea is that you can go invincible, become a little orb. Don't use it too often, but it is an option to kind of save yourself there and go faster. We will be using a different set to fight the bosses, so with the ability to have different, all the skills unlocked and not being strapped for money, some of the things we are going to be using are skills called Chain Dasher and Chain Booster, which boost the damage our chain does when we hookshot them, and at the same time allows us to get pulled towards them. It's a pretty clean way to take care of the enemies without worrying too much about their health. The desperation attacks are still the same, so no changes there at all. Because one of the things that does change with the ultimate blend is since we have everything and not just a few set view. So I shot a little spark there. That's from Cable's ability when bosses take a certain amount of damage in a short amount of time, it triggers their iframes, and we don't want them to have iframes. We want to just kill them as smooth as possible. So with Set Rhythm, with Chain Booster and Chain Dasher, we can make clean work of pretty much all the bosses. There's a few different strategies for that. This is just the one I feel safest with right now on my current route. We're going to use every in between on stage to go back to our movement setup here. We're going to go into highway next, since it doesn't really matter order too much. We're going to try and get some movement stuff out of the way just first and foremost. With the Speedy Teal, part of the Ultimate Blend, the tricks that we were doing previously on these stages, where we can kind of just use the momentum from the carts, while that is still possible, it is a little bit different overall. Top off there. This doesn't really change for me and myself. There's a few different ways to go about that boss now with what we have extra. Oh, auto scroller here with the missiles. We'll be able to take a quick little shortcut after we get to the second to last set. So look away. So after this one, you can just kind of just jump right there, and you go right to the next part. So not quite the same, but it's good enough for what we're doing. Gotta practice with that momentum that you get. Second stage out of the way. By bit, you are my favorite circuit, for you are the fastest. As far as development with this game goes, we are going to be saving the best and newest trick for last, literally discovered within the last week. And it's fairly easy, but it did require some actual control changes to happen. So in the past you could do a slide manually, but now with this skip now in the game, you have to turn off manual slide and just use a button, which has forced me and other runners to basically relearn the game. Or at least relearn that little bit of the button pressing. I'm gonna take a little safety hop here. the little pirouette from the jump. We can take certain paths that we weren't taking before, just by the nature of what they do for breaking walls, just jumping in general. Alright, we're going to go into Trace next. More or less going to be the same thing with all these circuits, where we're just going to chain gesture into them at this point. Although with the chain dasher, as you saw there are enemies that do get spawned in this arena, and you can end up grabbing them instead, so they give her a little bit of protection. And if I didn't kill her during her little spin out there, she would have recovered with invincibility, just delaying the fight a little bit longer. Make a decent pace right now. We are going to be going into Medley stage next, which will have some slight divergences from before, mainly because we are no longer picking up energy, just like everything else. There's no pickups to do, no health, no energy pickups. We are at max health, max energy that we can get for this run, so we are good to go. That's the little order I wanted to do in Steelworks. Be a little finicky sometimes. The slow way then. Not get ourselves killed for something silly. Yeah, but with good health management, you can actually traverse this map much quicker. Mainly because of the gravity dashes for all the vertical movements, and so now you have way more options than you did prior. Health management will always be the biggest concern. As I'm a previously energy-only runner, I'm learning circuit mode still, but I feel with enough practice here, it's not a problem. Alright. Medley down. We're working into the second half of the circuits. blade next, and we are just going to climb this mountain as quickly as we can. Sorry, Yuri, we're still not saving you. You've been saved in the previous file, so good enough. Saved by the ultimate blend, just because you have all the extra things like the laser that you can do. Short jump. Just push through. Use our little slam now to just go through it without any issues still. I'll pick up there. So we are, a little bit careful because we do get frozen here. One of the things that we got rid of is catch block, which does give us super armor through all the attacks. But we get rid of that so that we can do things like this with the dasher. I've also taken Repair Enhancer just so I get more heals. That is more useful in the circuit refights later on the second to last stage of the game. We're going to go into Crash's stage next and the mountains. Well, more in the mines. It's in a mountain, right? around it just so I don't run into the death spikes. A little rough mine, but still good. That. Cable next, and then the final stage where we get the biggest time save change that we've done in a while on hashes, which everyone is ecstatic for, because I don't think anyone likes hash. Second to last of the circuits here. Normally this would be the second stage in the any percent run, just for the extra energy that it gives, but a lot more leeway to choose whatever path you want in this setup. The iframes there, the dodge slider to take less damage. There. Heal up just to be big. Just save the health there. Shouldn't need it, but we have it. Go to Chain Dasher and Chain Booster. One more circuit, and 4 more stages. Yeah, the top times on most of these stages now get sub 2 minutes with the stuff that you can really do with it when you know the ins and outs. Alright, last stage where we will see the most significant skip since Arc 2. pick him up, to throw him in. It's to break the lock. Alright, we're going to top ourselves off. We're going to try this trick. It is definitely faster even if I mess up once or twice. Got in one. You no longer have to do that section of the level with the platforms. And it's basically free with when you have the manual slide turned off. There are some hitbox changes that occur, and that's what causes the problem with not being able to do it with manual slide active. We have followed up with the dev on it, and that's kind of what we've deduced with it. So what was a previously very long stage before, even with the shortcuts we used to take, it is now considerably shorter. Alright, let's move into the arc stages, or the Wily stages. We're going to do a sequence of boss fights. They haven't changed too much, other than just having access to all the extra like dashing and prior. So they're going to have the same issues currently until I get a little bit better at the momentum, just because the extra speed for the 2 momentum boosts that you can do here do make a pretty big difference with how you can execute the plan. I'm just going to take that and call it good for the first one. Didn't get really a full second one, but it's still sub 30 to go to the entrance, and I'm well okay with that. Otherwise, if I didn't get either, a 36 is about what I expect. Fast drop, fast drop. Just gonna full boost up there because we have a heal here for free, so we are in good shape there. Take that a little bit safer. Biggest issue that we would see there is that the little lasers, they actually don't count as like something that you grapple to. So if I accidentally hit them, I would just fall and potentially die in the pit. So might as well just nix that from the equation. There are definitely better strategies to fight your little doppelganger here. Especially if he can combo just like you can. But I'm going to choose to eat them. into the second to last stage here. This will have the boss 3 fights in them, where we will continue to do the same thing that we did last year, and we will suplex the hell out of everybody. Off with the energy we'll need for the next big skip. Here for a second. Latch on and go. We make sure we land there even if we take a hit, because if we were to mess up at any point before then, like maybe get a little bit lax, then we will be in a very precarious spot. Where we will go all the way back to the other side of that wall. Oh, that's been the hardest part for me with going to the ultimate blend. Is just the normal like finger movements I use do not necessarily like me jumping around like that, where I'm just not mentally prepared for it at this point yet. This is a very new run for me. That is the new games. Used to doing something with if I could disable that, I probably would, because it has actually killed me more runs than I would think. There we go, into Crystal Circuit. We're going to be facing our Robot Masters again, but with a additional few health bars from the actual Crystal Circuit here. So we're going to use a combination of it having no iframes and all the extra attacks for hits that we do. So like last year, we're going to dash, suplex, and have a little fun with every single one. So we'll get a little free energy after each one. Gives us a free dash with it. And then we take a big heal. Hash second. Dash. Grab. Go on a higher platform just to hit things early. Comfortably have as much health as we need. So because I took a hit because I don't have catch block on anymore, I did have to wait through his attack animation. Should be the only one that I miss from taking a hit like that. That one was me pressing the wrong button and getting lost there. But his is a little bit trickier if I don't want to use the extra health for it, which you shouldn't need to. The idea is to just drop kick, jump, and then grapple. But it can be a little finicky as well. Because what I would normally do is just hold the drop kick down, But if you do that, that's what gives you the little laser. So that would actually ruin the combo. That one is always free. Literally hold forward and then jump as soon as you hit the ground into the pile driver. So how to hit both of the prior circuits without seeing their animation on top of the couple of hits that I fell into, this would be an easy sub 545. We'll take a 604, 605. We're trying to stand as close as I can with our front foot on these pixels, because that's going to cut down animation. If I was all the way on the other side, I would walk the entire duration back. Here we go, into the final stage. We will be playing a pick your own adventure. I believe I am one of the only runners in this game who goes right on the first one, but generally I think a lot of the runners just go left, 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 left across the entire board. Drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. Scariest of the paths. So those spike-looking walls will instantly kill you or knock you out. So we're going to try to avoid all of those as much as possible. We're also just going to casually drop here because if we hold down to drop faster, or we do a drop like we might have done in the past, we will kill ourselves because we will just go right to the bottom. Power slide to victory. Here we go into Commander, final fight of the game. So we use in-game timer for how we register speeds in this game, but that was New Game Plus. A lot of changes happening, a lot of new things to learn. Even 80% has a new route. That's very fast. That's being redone. So I'm hoping to get a chance to show off at least a little variation with this game this year. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let's see what we get for our final time. 34:01. This puts us for sure in the top 5 for New Game Plus, but it has been a blast. I hope we get a chance to show it off again. I love this game so much, and can praise to the high heavens. But thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a good day.